I think I found myself a new favorite dungeon from this game. Hello guys, this is UniversalGiant. Welcome back for more of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past Blind. Last time, we completed Turtle Rock, saved Zelda, and opened up Ganon's Tower over to the west up here. Now, before we go there are actually a couple of secrets that I'd like to find. Ideally, I'd like to go in with 20 heart containers, because I already know where 3 of the 4 heart pieces are, but there's still one left somewhere out there that I do not know the location of, and I'd like to try to find it in this episode. So this is the obligatory I spend 3 hours off screen to accomplish possibly 5 minutes of recording. But when I find something interesting, or wind up going for those 3 that I do know the locations of, I'll meet you back. Did I ever go in this cave in the Dark World? There's the piece of heart I was missing, right up there! I didn't even remember that was there! I saw it so early on! And I'd never thought to come back here? Or was this the thing I was thinking of? This might have been it. Because I remember seeing something about walking through a bumper with the cape. And I thought it was on Death Mountain, but I guess this was it. So can I go through the bumper with the cape? I can, and that'll take me out to the piece of heart. So I still have one that I don't know where is, but I didn't know the location of this one, so I guess that counts as my not knowing, right? That's not enough to indicate the fact that you can pull it open. Whoever said that was a liar. Well, 40 minutes later, I figure I might as well head back to the swamp and pick up the 2 that I actually know are here. Because I did not save when I did the April Fool's video, for those of you that didn't already pick up on that. So the first one, I already explained in that episode that I missed because I assumed that this little entrance here would be part of the dungeon, similar to how it was part of level 2. Well, not level 2, part of the Desert Palace. So in the right one are 20 rupees, and in the left one is a piece of heart. I apologize for those of you that are watching this again, which would be anybody who's watching it at the time it's being uploaded. But those of you that are watching in the playlist probably haven't seen me do this yet, so I figure I should leave it in for them. But I know for a fact that these are the only 2 heart pieces that are here, so I still have to find that last one. But under here is another block-pushing puzzle. Let's push that right, up. It's just the way I've always done this puzzle. Now we only have 1 heart piece left to find, and good God, am I going to have trouble finding it. Alright, we're back in Turtle Rock. One of the hints I got told me that it may be outside somewhere. What happens if we flip here? Nothing. Did we have access to this cave before? It doesn't look like we did. Never been in here before. Huh. Is this pushable? What is the objective here? Do I need to get you in a position where I can kill you? Do I need the bow and arrow? I guess I shoot you. I gotta get you past... Oh! Ooh! Tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. I see what's going on here. So how do I line this up? I need to get you to the other side, don't I? Can I shoot you from here? Probably not. Can try. No, it doesn't look like it. How about No, I gotta get you down, not up. Okay. So I need to go the other way, don't I? Yeah, I do. Is that... No. Yes. And yes. So... let me just... figure out. We have a full inventory. I have all the upgrades I assume are in the game, except for maybe one in Ganon's Tower. Is there anything this can be besides a heart piece? No. And that's 20. Oh man, look at that row of hearts. I mean, it did take a little bit of a hint. I just wanted to get a general idea as to where it was, considering I've spent at least an hour and a half going across the rest of the entire map. Literally every other area, light and dark, I have explored. So if you're worrying, oh, you took a hint, how dare you do that? I literally explored everywhere else. What more do you want from me? But that should do it for everything that we can get, and I also stocked up on a couple of blue potions while I was out. I also... Is it easier for me to just magic mirror from here and get to... I'm trying to think of the fastest way to Ganon's Tower from here. I imagine it's this jumping down from here. But I also took the liberty of spending some of my remaining rupees to get the upgrades for the bow and arrow and the bombs. So the bombs, as I expected, went up to 50. The arrows, I was surprised, stopped at 70. I'm not sure if there's any significance behind it stopping at 70. It seemed like a really odd number for it to stop on. But yeah, we have all of the arrows and bombs that we can possibly carry. We have all of the hearts, all 20, all heart containers and heart pieces. We have the sword up to level 4. We have the silver arrows. We have... the mirror shield, we have... I'm trying to think of everything that we could possibly not have. Because I know that I'm prone to skipping a couple of things here and there, but I get the feeling that we have pretty much everything there is to find in this game. And you're an enemy. You know, of all the times I've worked in here, I've never found you. You must be a really rare thing to find here. But... as long as... I mean, I figure, even though I've been recording for like 90 minutes, this has only been, what, like 3 or 4. But I think, at least in terms of secrets, comparing this to Super Metroid, which is the only other Let's Play I've done blind, I think Link to the Past did a much better job of dictating to you where you may or may not be able to find secrets. I mean, with Super Metroid, there are a couple of them that you probably would never stumble across on your own. And at least in that respect, I think Link to the Past did a very good job. Granted, there are a couple of things in this game that were really difficult to figure out if you've never played the game before, like how was I supposed to know to pull open the Trident for level 4? But for the most part, I think it did a very good job in terms of communicating secrets and how to do this and what to do here, with sticking a lot of NPCs around and whatnot. So, at least in that respect, it was a lot more fun to play around for secrets in this game than it was for Super Metroid. Now, granted, I had a lot of fun exploring around in Super Metroid, at least more so than I did in this game, but some secrets you just never would have found on your own without spending hours upon hours trying to figure out where they were. And I think in this game they were a lot more fair about it. It was a lot more reasonable. And I can't actually reflect those with my shield now. But all of that said, we should be heading towards the final dungeon of the game. Assuming that we can be granted access to it now. Can we? What do I need to do to get in? There we go. And with that, the way to Ganon's Tower opens. As does the very end of the game. This is UniversalGiant. I knew we were this close to the end. But it's just a whole nother feeling to know that it's right in front of us. What awaits us in there? Besides Ganon and the Triforce. I mean, let's be realistic here. We know everything that's in there. We just don't know the path between ourselves and him. What it's going to take to get there. And what the fight is going to be like. Because I've never challenged Ganon in the two-dimensional framework here. Not sure what to expect, but I couldn't be any more excited. See you next time.